Hey Collective, it's Anne Marie. So I was reviewing a reading that I just did, and at the end I got kind of rushed because I was running out of time, and so I didn't feel comfortable with that, and I wanted to elaborate more because I think it maybe need to be said or reiterated for some of you, and it's a good reminder for myself as well. So the reading was talking about needing to do some type of burning of cords or ties, releasing people, right? That there's this huge transformation upon you. And the first part of the reading was talking about this transformation for you by having certain people or being stuck in certain situations or even your own mindsets or beliefs about how things are supposed to look. Those things can prevent a transformation that is upon us from happening, right? And so towards the end of the reading, Spirit gave me the message also that sometimes that we are the blockages for other people. I know. Oh, let's look at ourselves. Oh, meaning that by continually being in certain people's lives and using the reasoning, I won't say excuse, but the reasoning of, well, I've always been in their life, or, and take what resonates, okay? These are collective messages. If I leave this person, then they may do A, B, or C. If I don't help them out, then who will help them out? And take what resonates. I just really want to say that because I know some people, I already see it. People are going to take it to a different level here. Sometimes when we are always a lifeline for people, they never have their own transformation. They never have their own tower. We create dependency on us and our energy or our insight. Now, the deeper work is to look at what voids are those people trying to fill when they stay in people's lives when they know they probably shouldn't be, or they are using the reasoning of what would they do without me, right? I'm not saying abandon your child. Okay. Again, I just see, I already have the energy, I'm feeling the energy already of how people will interpret this, but to each their own. But oftentimes we cover people with our protection and the energy that we carry. A lot of people who do watch me carry that type of powerful energy. That no matter who or what you're around, there's this big bubble of protection around you. And then when we remove ourselves out of people's lives, they then, of course, think we're doing spell work or doing kinds of weird shit but it was just the protection we carried. But anyway, with that being said, oftentimes when we stay in situations around people we're preventing their own transformation. We're preventing their own tower moments. There may be some codependency there that maybe you need to look at. Or again, taking a deeper look at, why do I feel as though, what am I getting out of always providing this for this person or always helping this person? What messages am I telling myself about this person? I mean, there's a lot of spirits. That's why I did this video. So I'm sorry if it's all over the place. But there's some deeper healing work if this is the scenario for you. If you're always overgiving to someone, or anytime they call you, you're always there, but yet they're never there for you, or, whatever the situation is, when we continue to show up like that in people's lives, we're preventing their own transformation. The transformation of them being independent, the transformation of them figuring it out on their own. Sometimes they won't. I mean, and I said that in the first video, not forget those people, but there are people who are never going to take a look at themselves. There's no self-reflection. There's no realization of the patterns in their own life, and they're just not going to change for whatever reason. That's not for us to worry about. For you, it's important to look at, how are the people in your life preventing your transformation, and how possibly you being in situations or in other people's lives, other people from having their own transformation. I should say not even just transformation, but growth as well. A simple example, I'll just use myself and my upbringing. I didn't realize until my late 40s that my mother and I had a very codependent relationship, almost toxic. Because I was around it my whole life and I wasn't raised with my siblings, I had nothing to compare that to, so I thought that's how mother and daughter's relationships work. As I got older, I realized that although I was on my own since I was 18, had a job since I was 14, I noticed the older I got and the more families I engaged, how other families worked, and what mothers typically do to help their daughters. And I didn't learn a lot of those things, right? And so there was like this codependency on her, and then also me not feeling I was capable of making choices or decisions, because everything I felt, at least all the choices, the decisions I made, she kind of went behind, or actually I found out behind the scenes she was doing a lot of shady stuff. I laugh about it now because I've forgiven her. But I didn't realize by her doing so much for me, it created dependence on me, and it also created a space in me that I didn't trust my own voice. I didn't trust my own decisions. I always had to get other people's insights, or what should I do in this situation? What should I do in this situation? Poor money, not anymore, previous bad money management skills. And I didn't realize that these were things that should have been shown or taught to me. And they're not taught and shown to a lot of people. However, it created this dependency. If my mother would have just I'm not saying she didn't let me fall. She let me fall quite a few times, because when she did help me, boy, I tell you what, there was always strings attached. I never realized those type of narcissist empathic relationships. So if you know, you know. But it created this person in me where when I was trying to do things on my own, I never trusted myself, right? And so she inadvertently kept me stuck. Now she was feeding her own unhealed wounds, right, of why she was doing that. However, by not allowing me to experience a lot of tower moments in my life, I didn't learn it, right? It's just till these last 4 or 5 years, actually since 2017, it's been a process, of trusting my own intuition and trusting the choices I made, right? So I didn't want to make this video about me. So that's what I wanted to finish up saying, is just to kind of take a look at how others around you may be preventing you from having a transformation. Maybe you're over reliant on certain people, and that prevents a transformation of certain abundances in your life, because in order for these things to stick in our life, we have to do it ourselves. We have to get it out the mud ourselves and build it ourselves. It's not to say that we don't get into connections with people or collab with people, but our base, our foundation, just like the foundation of a home needs to be stable in order to build this house, the foundations of you need to be built by you. So in what ways are outside energies preventing that transformation from happening, if that's the case for that scenario? What ways possibly are you in other people's lives by overdoing certain things for them and preventing them from learning it themselves, or preventing a tower moment, or preventing their transformation? I hope this message reached who it needs to. I hope you're healthy and happy and full of joy. May you love and be loved. Heal. Don't harm. Have an amazing rest of the day.